Hey guys, welcome back to Red Devil TV. Man United have drawn to Atletico Madrid 1-1 away from home. And the first thing I want to talk about is the lineup. I did not expect that lineup. I'm sure a lot of people did not in terms of the back four. I didn't expect Lindelof to start at right back. And as soon as I saw that team, I thought, surely this is a three at the back. Surely Sancho's going to be playing right wing back. Then you got Luke Shaw left wing back and Lindelof, Maguire and Varane playing as in the centre back positions. And what shocked me is that, look, clearly Rank didn't want to drop Lindelof from that game that he had against Leeds. I mean, he had a phenomenal game against Leeds. Great attacking play. You know, he was one of the only players against Leeds who really put in a great performance in both areas, attacking and defensively. So, in terms of Lindelof playing, I wasn't surprised. I was surprised it was a four at the back with Lindelof playing at right back. I think there was a lot that was to be desired from Lindelof at right back. I think, you know, at the end of the day, we didn't see a lot of him going forward on the right back position because he's a centre back. He's a defensive player, defensive mindset. Even though he can put in those forward runs to get himself in attacking positions, and essentially what we saw yesterday was he was probably our best player at right back defensively. I think he put fantastic tackles, but there was something missing there, and I was very surprised Ranić did not go for a half-time change. I expected Dalot to come on. Imagine being Dalot and Wan-Bissaka, and Lindelof starts in front of you at right back. What was the reason for that? Clearly, it was because Ranić clearly thought Lindelof should play, and why didn't he put him there with Varane instead of Maguire? I think we should all be asking the same questions. He put him there just to accommodate Maguire, in my opinion. And look, in terms of the game, we played terribly. There was no first half FC, second half FC. There was none of that. There wasn't even a 15-minute FC. Honestly, it was a terrible game. We kept losing the ball. Pogba, Bruno were terrible. I think they were our worst players. I know Bruno got the assist. It was terrible defensively from Atlético Madrid. The defender should have gotten to Elanga on time. No, he kind of slipped. He tried to tackle him. It flopped. Oblak should have... I mean, it was a terrible angle the way he just came out of goal and handled that situation. He should have just stayed composed and you know, he would have saved that shot from Elanga. It wasn't a great shot from Elanga. Good finish, not a great finish. I honestly thought that we played terribly. We didn't deserve to win that game. Atlético created a couple chances, but both teams scored with their first shot on target. So it shows that both teams were kind of... It was a bit cagey. Atlético offered a lot of attacking threat. At times, Felix was constantly ripping us apart. I felt Bruno and Pogba were struggling to deal with him. He was just too quick. He was too skillful. Quick legs. It was quick feet. That's what it was. Quick legs, quick feet. Great dribbler of the ball, Felix. Fantastic goal. I mean, early on, and I thought, okay, 6 minutes in, we're gonna wake up. But we didn't wake up at all. And I felt like, really, I don't want to put the blame on Lindelof, our right back, but I really thought that there wasn't much attacking threat from our fullbacks yesterday. And look, that's partly down to Atletico's solid formation. I mean, they were playing a 5-3-2 at times. It looked like a 5-2-3 the way they were pressing us. You know, it was tough to get through them. You know, they were playing a very deep line. But when we would go back and that first half, we just kept passing it backwards because Atletico, they kept pressing us and we couldn't find any space in the midfield to pass in between the lines. And look, I was just waiting for a mistake to happen. I was waiting for Fred to get on the ball. And look, there was a couple of times where the referee gave a foul that was, to be honest, I don't know if it was a foul. I thought a lot of things went our way that shouldn't have. A couple of times they pressed us and they claimed it was a foul. Fred got fouled once he lost the ball in a pressing situation that Atletico put on us, and I personally didn't think it was a foul, but look, I mean, come on, we're lucky to get a 1-1. Even if it was a 1-0, I wouldn't, in terms of the scoreline, I wouldn't be completely upset. I think back at Old Trafford, I think we can get it done. With the crowd there, at times I felt completely sorry for our front three, and I know that decision-making was wrong. I thought Rashford was probably our worst player as well. I thought Rashford, Bruno and Pogba were our worst players. I just didn't like what Rashford was trying to do. There was one point he got into a position 35 yards out. There's plenty of space to pass and keep possession of the ball. And he decides to shoot 35 yards out. And I think, my God, honestly, like, I know players try to shoot from different angles, 30 yards, 25 yards, to, you know, especially in a game like yesterday where we're not getting much of the ball in terms of getting ourselves in attacking positions. And the funny thing is, we had most of the possession yesterday, but I felt like we didn't. Why is that? Because Atletico, when they had the ball, they were doing something with it. We weren't. And that's down to Atletico's great compact formation, the way they played, their press, high energy, but it's also because we were out of ideas. I thought a lot of our players were terrible. I thought Bruno was too long on the ball. He was very impatient. Again, this thing about Bruno, I keep saying in the last few weeks, very impatient player. He just looks to do things quick. There's one position, he got into a ball, he put in a semi-bad touch, and he rushed to get the shot off. There are players in positions there who need to get the pass. Ronaldo had a graveyard shift again. This is one of those games where, probably the game of the season in terms of, I barely saw him get any chances. Now, we've seen recently he's gotten more chances against Middlesbrough, he got a chance, Burnley, he got a chance. He's gotten more chances recently. Again, Leeds, he didn't get many. Got one good chance against Leeds. Yesterday, he didn't get any chances at all. Nothing. He could have been sleeping up front because, look, he worked hard, he tried to get involved in the build-up play, to drop very deep at times. Problem is, when we get into attacking positions, he's not there. And look, it's not his fault. The team needs to be quicker. And yesterday, I kept saying in the first half an hour especially, we are so slow. We're so slow. And look, I appreciate Pogba's skill on the ball. I love how he uses physicality and control on the ball to go past plays and stuff. But sometimes it takes way too long. And that's what happened yesterday. The press was too much for us. Atletico pressed magnificently, in my opinion, yesterday. And we struggled with it. I thought Bruno was very poor. Honestly, I thought Bruno was so poor. And he rushes everything. He just rushes everything. He tries to do a long ball every single time. He does not keep the ball. He tries to be the difference maker. When he's in the midfield, he drops deep. He tries to do a crazy long ball. If you're dropping deep, keep the ball, pass it into our midfield, pass it into our fullbacks. But no, and even yesterday, there wasn't much overlaps from our fullbacks. Luke Shaw obviously was more attacking than Lindelof. You saw Lindelof a bit more tucked in, closer to our centre-back in Varane. And look, even Varane yesterday, I thought he was very shaky. I thought there were times where he was panicking. He kept passing him. And De Gea had one moment that was very shaky earlier on in the first half. And honestly, God, we are so lucky to get 1-1. And the away goal rule, if only it was in place, because look, at the end of the day, I'm not against it being scrapped. I'm not against it being back if it was to be back in the Champions League, but at Old Trafford, they need to go for it, and so do we. It's like a normal game. Honestly, we need to score. We need to impose our will on Atletico next time they come to Old Trafford. So in terms of the game itself, it was terrible. I thought we played terribly. Atletico were good, but look, yesterday that goal that Elanga scored, it showed how Atletico can just switch off. And back in Old Trafford, I think we can get it done. Honestly, I still think we'll win, which is interesting because we've played terribly yesterday. I still think we'll get it done at home. We need to create chances. If we create chances, I think, the defence is suspect. Oblak has been suspect this whole season. And I feel like we can get the job done. Rashford again. Rashford, Maguire. Maguire wasn't terrible, but it's his fault for the goal we conceded. He should have marked his man. So look, a lot of players were poor. I didn't think many players were great, to be completely honest. So guys, let me know what you think. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.